We're really excited that Foundry Langley is open because it really does transform access to care for young people in our community. So the purpose of Foundry Langley is that we're not an urgent care facility. We really focus on trying to meet youth where they're at and prevent issues from becoming worse. And we can wrap around youth as service providers so that we can really tailor the services to each unique need of the youth that comes in. Well, we knew we had the right location for Foundry Langley because the community told us that this is where it needed to be. Young people in particular in our community said they wanted to be in this space close to transit to be able to be as accessible as possible. But the actual building wasn't ready to have all of these services. Before this building became Foundry Langley, it had low ceilings, it was really dark. A lot of the offices were in the interior of the space where there were no windows and no natural light that would come in. So we knew how important it would be to create a youth-friendly space where they felt like they belonged, it was created for them, they could see that they were valued and important to us. We also knew that we wanted to have a variety of different services in this space, so we needed to create specialized services and spaces for medical rooms, for talking rooms, for staff and for group spaces. So we needed to really invest in the renovation to make it right. Foundry Langley is unique because there's just nothing like this available to youth in our community. So we're able to come together in this space and offer a variety of different services under one roof. So they can access mental health services, substance use services, there's a variety of social services. It's also a space where caregivers and family members, so those who support young people in our community, can get access to supports for themselves. So young people sometimes aren't ready to access things that might be helpful for them. We're able to wrap around them, both in terms of the services we offer and by supporting the people that love them as well. It was really important that we heard from community what was going to best serve them. And so from the very beginning, we heard the voices of young people about what they needed. Every aspect of the design included their voices. So we have a youth advisory committee, a family advisory committee, as well as an Indigenous advisory council that guided the process. Youth were able to identify all of the details from where the front door of the building would be to the color of the paint and the type of chairs and furnishings that they wanted in the space. They let us know that they wanted to have talking rooms where they could meet with a counselor or a support worker that had different feelings to them. Anything that is in this space, they were able to decide how they wanted it to be. And that's really important to us because that's how we know that they'll come and they'll feel welcome and well supported when they're here. Traditionally, it takes a lot of courage to have young people reach out for support when they need it. So what we're able to do now is a young person can reach out. We're bringing together all of our community services that already exist in Langley, that are already doing a great job, and we're coming together into this space of Foundry Langley so that we can work together, we can talk together, and that allows us to say to a young person when they walk through the doors that they've come to the right place. We'll do the work of figuring out exactly what's going to be most helpful, and they know that we'll be responsive to them and their needs. I think what's really important is that they can get that support immediately. Foundry Langley offers drop-in services where a young person can walk in the door, they can see a counselor, a peer support worker, medical service provider that same day. And we know that that's what works for a lot of our young people. So we're able to do things differently in a way that we just haven't been able to in the past, to really hear youth and say, we're here to support you in the way that you need. From all of us at Foundry Langley, thank you so much for making this vision a reality. For all the service providers that get to work out of this space, but most importantly for all the youth and families that get to access support here, thank you so much for your generosity. We couldn't do this without you.